Hey everyone! I'm back in New York City. Feels like I've never left, but just got off the plane. It's Friday, September 9th, 2022. The time right now is about 2:30 p.m. and it's 77 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius. At the intersection of 60th Street and 5th Avenue. Let's see what happened since I was gone. And I also debuted my new intro screen. I hope you all enjoyed it. Spent a lot of time making it, and I was saving it for the time when I came back to New York City. But I'm here now. Beautiful sunny day here in New York. Looks like someone's taking wedding pictures right behind me. Boy, does the city look busy today. Let's go into Central Park. Yes, Lena, I'm in New York right now, not in Florida. I took the flight this morning via American Airlines. This is interesting. I always like the different types of public art that they have here in front of Central Park. Seems to be a woman with multiple children in her hands. Seth says, welcome back. Suggestions, stay in New York City. Way more interesting than Miami. Well, you can give me all the suggestions you want. I'm gonna do what's best for me. Theo says, how does it feel? Feels normal to me. Nothing's changed. There's still a lot of people around in Manhattan. I don't know, and it's kind of dropping very quickly. I always knew that part of Central Park to be bad with cell phone service, but it seems like it got worse. Hello. No, thank you.
No, it's free.
I don't want it. Thank you. Please. Plaza Hotel. That was an experience in New York City that I didn't want to have to go through, but you have to be firm with people sometimes. What's going on here? Now it's not enough room for this person to get past. $4 says, let's see if I remember the dead spots. There are not many over here. It's just that one by Central Park, which surprised me. Yes, John, sometimes things in New York, they never change. Jaycation says, finally, the AK has come back home. The Rock reference. I see the Apple store has a bit of a crowd outside. If anyone's been following Apple's events recently, they announced iPhone 14, 14 Pro, a new generation of AirPods, and Apple Watch. Walking commuter, I'm gonna take it one step at a time in terms with the new phones for streaming and video recording, because a lot of things sometimes they sound great on paper, but when they get used in reality, the performance suffers or whatnot. I mean, it doesn't hurt for me to try it. I can always buy it and test it out, and if it doesn't work the way I intend it to, I can return it. That's what I did with the iPhone 13. I tried it out and I returned it. What I'm really looking forward to in the new phones is the better thermal management, so it doesn't overheat as quickly. That's what's important to me. And also the video stabilization. Eyeglass Lady says to always wait a year before buying something new. I guess that's some good advice. That way it gives people some time to check it out. Hey, Ben and Ming from the Bing Buzz. Happy I'm back. I'm glad I'm back too. Billionaires Row, 57th Street. Still looks the same to me. They've already completed most of the buildings since I was gone anyway. Catch Pretty says, why are you in New York City? Did you drive to New York City from Florida? Because I want to be in New York City, that's why. Mainly to catch up with family and friends, and I took a flight over here. It's a lot faster and a lot less hassle than driving 20 plus hours to get here. And then I have to worry about my car too once I get to New York. And in New York, really, you don't need a car in most places that you need to travel to, so it works out. Trump Tower. I don't see the guy in the Donald Trump costume in the front. High Key says that it cold to you since being in Miami. No, it's not. Temperature is almost about the same. Fidget Spinner says it's September, October, the best time for weather in New York. Looks glorious. I would say September, October, if you like cooler temperatures, then it may be favorable to you. Some people like the hotter weather, and they come during summertime, but for me, I prefer September, October. You'll also beat out a lot of the crowds who come in for the summer season or for the holiday season. Dwayne's saying, what about April in New York for weather? I would say it's similar temperatures to now, maybe a little bit cooler. Fred says, I thought I was spontaneous, 6 hours, a live stream Miami, now in New York. That's the way I roll. Damaris Cologne with $4.99. Good to see you back in New York City for a while, 8K. Thank you, Damaris. Some scaffolding up in New York. I don't really miss this at all. We're going to still be passing on there a lot of it, I'm sure. Thanks, Damaris. Appreciate it. Oh, Fenus, James and Carlos still driving home to New York. Yeah, I would imagine the signal is going to be sporadic going up the I-95 corridor. Bella Australia says New York has missed me terribly, so glad you're back. Oh, I'm sure. I can tell it's just by the people who comment, say, hey Kay, when are you going to be back in New York? Do you miss NYC? Do you miss NYC? C Medina 23 with $5. Good to see you in New York City. Thanks, C Medina. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Hey, I heard this noise just a few hours ago in Florida, construction noise. As we know, New York City is always under construction. Let's get a closer look. Look at this. What are they putting in here? New water mains? Kind of does look like water mains. Lena's saying no notification on YouTube. YouTube can never rely on their notification system. Mark said it must be culture shock between New York and Miami. No, not culture shock. I've lived here long enough where I expect everything to happen. Eyeglass Lady says don't think there was a notification either. Yeah, something's going on with YouTube there. But I'm glad you're all here now watching this. Yes, let's cross against the street and almost get hit by a car. Don't do what those people did and look before you cross. That driver had the right of way. Paul Howard says, you're frankly stunned to see Action Kid in Midtown Manhattan again. Never thought you'd see the day. And why is that? I said I'd always have time to visit New York City to see family and friends. Even though YouTube didn't send out a notification, over time people will discover this. and this is only my first day back, so there's more to come. This Cartier building gets dressed up during the holidays. Right now it's still plain. I'm not going to answer questions about how long I'll be staying in New York, just because I don't want to divulge my entire travel plans. Love and Loyalty says crossing the street in New York is just as bad as in Miami. Well, it's different. Here, I feel like the streets are a little bit shorter and you have to deal with a little bit more quick turns, whereas in Miami, the streets are wider and oftentimes the pedestrian lights are not favorable towards crossing the street. St. Patrick's Cathedral. Neil Anna, at what point did they start decorating in New York? For the holidays, I'd say right around the Thanksgiving time frame. Last week of November, that's when they start decorating. Adventures in Modern with a $5 super chat. Welcome back home. Thank you, Adventures in Modern. I wish I was able to read the rest of your username, but it got cut off with the streaming app. Thank you very much for your support. Like what they did with St. Patrick's Cathedral, there's a big flower display in the front by the entrance. RK516, so did you miss the city? I got this question almost every time I went live. Of course, because if you're not human. And I've also missed the other places I've visited, not just New York, but people ask me about New York because I've lived here the longest. I know there's some new artwork by Rockefeller Center. Let's take a look. Blood Covenant says New York's far better for content. It's different. I wouldn't say it's better. There's some places that do better than others in terms of YouTube views, for sure. But every place is going to have its pros and cons. For instance, you're not going to have the gorgeous beaches like Miami does in New York City, and you're not going to have Walt Disney World as Orlando. And you're not going to have this big metropolis of skyscrapers anywhere else but in New York City. Although there's a lot of other cities that have large skyscrapers, there's only one New York with iconic skyscrapers like this one. I guess they're redoing the artwork here. This is under construction. Shad says, when does it start to get cold in New York? Generally, I put this very loosely, generally, up until Thanksgiving, it's warm, and then it gets cooler. But these days with the weather, you really never know what could happen.
Well, like, I don't want to go out and put it anyway. It's like,
Yeah, what happened with the artwork of Rockefeller Center? I guess they removed it. They're going to put in a new installation. But they came back with all the flags of the world. I know Rockefeller Center, they were busy making the new ice skating rink, but now it's a roller skating rink. They may convert it into the ice skating rink when the holidays happen. This is brand new. I've seen this before, the water fountains in the middle of Rockefeller Center, right in front of the Comcast building. Of course, some things never change in Rockefeller Center. I really want them to fix this, but I guess they need it open for vehicles to come in and out. But this darn curb, it gets everybody all the time, even me, and I know it's here. I've seen so many people trip over this. I was like, whoop, same thing happened, and I know it's there. There has to be a reason for keeping it up, but I've seen far too many people trip on it. Oh, that's cool. They're right in the middle of a fountain. Good way to cool off. I know a lot happened in Times Square. Let's see if that new skyscraper is up yet in Times Square. It was still under construction when I left. Q Ben Sully says he missed the whole New York City summer, your loss. Yep. Exactly. My loss, I missed New York City summer. And to counter that, I'm going to say, and what's your point? There's more to the world than just New York City. I think we're for sure going to see some changes in Times Square. Hung Mao says people will always make those kinds of comments. I know, like they think it's a game between, oh, I'm better than you. Why'd you move? Why is this city better than that city? New York City sucks. Florida sucks. Australia sucks. United Kingdom sucks. China sucks. Brazil sucks. Antarctica sucks. It's too cold. Stop being so negative, man. Think positive. Every place is going to have sucky moments for sure, but not so. Think of Andrew Morales says, am I getting the iTunes 14 Pro Max? I think I'm going to get the Oh my gosh. Come on, people. Just because you're allowed to jaywalk here and not get ticketed doesn't mean that you just blindly cross the street. I think I'm going to get the iPhone 14 Pro just to try it out. Yeah, RK500, it was a close call. But to be fair, that driver should have been exercising better due care. That's one of their responsibilities as a driver. They were driving a little bit too fast, kind of like wanting to steamroll through those pedestrians. But I wasn't really paying attention to what's going on. I'm not sure if those pedestrians just jumped at the last minute like that, but it's scary. Yeah, Greg, I read that. iPhone 14 had no SIM card. Felix, I didn't see anything in New York yet to honor Queen Elizabeth's passing. Maybe when we get to Times Square, we'll find something. Adventures in Modern Recording. Pedestrians always have the right of way, and you can never be more wrong. If you cross against the light when the don't walk sign is on, then you do not have the right of way, believe it or not. That's different than the driver though, because even though the pedestrian stepped in where there was a don't walk sign, they have to exercise something called due care, and that's different than having the right of way. FCT 8306 on 2 wheels, $5. Fall in love with taking mass transit to get around New York. In regards to Times Square, do you think it will ever be completely closed off to cars? You know, there's a good possibility that it can be. It's already difficult to get around in Times Square by driving around. I wouldn't be surprised to see it close off the traffic someday. But thank you for your support, appreciate it. Hangman Mark says iPhone 14 Pro will be great with your live stream. Can't wait to grab it too. I'm not so quick to grab it. I'm very wary with new technology. I'll get it to try it, but if it doesn't produce the results I want, I'm returning it. It's as simple as that. Go through here. Sophia Creative Journey says a really beautiful day in New York looks like summer. It sure does. I know New York City has been experiencing higher temperatures than normal. Stay Goals asking if I will stay for the 9/11 anniversary 2022. I'll be staying for that.
What else do you want to see?
Sarah's asking what's my favorite thing to do in New York City. I would say to meet up with my friends and family and all the networking opportunities here. Wilder is asking how's it like to be back on the streets of New York and what have I missed. Doesn't feel any different. This is all pretty normal to me. Once you stay in the city so long, you come back to it, nothing's ever changed. New York's always going to have that same kind of energy. I mean, I've missed everything really. People, the smells, the food, traffic. Can't say there's anything that I didn't miss. Even the things that people say are negative, I miss too. The trash littering around the streets, the random puddles everywhere, the garbage, the rats. Yeah, I miss it too. It's part of the city. John says he don't miss the rats. Oh man. Yep, this tower got a lot taller. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Is it going to be topped off soon or is it already topped off? Sanjay says why there's always puddles of water in New York. Not really sure why. Maybe just this bad drainage. It's tricky.
No, I was going to say it's because we're really intense.
Stay Gold, just somewhere in Times Square, is an empty skyscraper that's used for billboards. One Times Square building. That's an empty building. I know it off the top of my head.
Signature sauces. Try flavors like Italian meats trio, chicken Alfredo, and Latin veggie. Then rave and build your own. Better ingredients, better pizza. Free electrolyte.
Free electrolyte.
Free electrolyte.
Thank you.
There you go, my boy.
Electrolyte beverage. Excellent. Let's do a live review. This says shake. I need this. Electrolyte, great flavor. Ooh. Ah, I need that. It's salty, but that's what electrolytes do to you. They contain a lot of energy and it's salty. some random cheering for something. Wow, TKTS booth is packed. Long line. I don't remember the last time I climbed up these red steps, but I'm gonna do it again.
Sort of. I worked for a third-party company.
Hong Mao says he looks forward to me reporting more pops. If I find any, I will. This is one of the longest lines I've seen for this booth in a while. Go back to the top. I've lost count of how many times I've climbed up here. What happened? This is not good. Broken step. So Bob, that line is for the TKTS booth to get discounted Broadway tickets. Yeah, Janine, that's the first time I've seen a broken red step too. They should fix it, considering the amount of people that use this. Is Fernando around? He's usually around Times Square. Don't know if he's here at this instant. So in terms of the Queen's passing, someone was asking it before. I think we'd see something when we get to Times Square. I don't really see anything here. Heather Angelite, you like my Aria tour? Thank you. Oh, he was streaming earlier. Well, I just missed him then. I'm sure I'll bump into him one of these days. Oh, Ed, there was a tribute on the NASDAQ building. Maybe it's something here that still has a tribute or a mention. There was something about the Queen in the middle. Well, keep a lookout. I'll have to notice something. You're talking where the New Year's ball drops, right? That screen? Oh, Fernando's at the bottom of the steps? Okay, well, we'll have to look out for Fernando and the Queen's message if it pops up again. Oh, you're right. the flags are at half staff for the Queen. We're still waiting for the message. It might take a while to pop up if it was only like at the beginning of the cycle or whatnot. Mars Cologne says many people came back to the chat. Well, I expected it to. I mean, this is New York City. Cynthia says, excuse me, AK back in New York? I'm asking myself the same thing. But yes, I'm here. Still waiting for the message. All right, I'm only gonna wait through this this ad, and then I'm gonna walk. If the message doesn't come up after this. It is a happy Mid-Autumn Festival, though. They have that message up. All right, let's get moving. I'll have to rewind the stream to see it. Is that Fernando down there? You were saying he's at the bottom of the steps? Yeah, I think that's him. I'm gonna surprise and watch this.
If you wait too long,
Let's see how long it takes for them to realize.
Did he ever make this
So release the pressure. Release the pressure. Release and click again. If you wait too long, it should be consecutive. Very quickly, you click again. That's why you have to do this. Like, I might use the work. I don't want. No.
Well, hey! Hi, I'm
I
back.
saw you.
You did?
Welcome back.
Welcome.
I was this actually kid.
Hey, hello.
Hey, what's up?
I saw
That was
you.
funny.
So I told him actually he was actually kid. He
So
said,
you're the guy that started all this?
Well, I kind of made it popular in New
everyone.
York. I wouldn't say I started
what I
it.
told him.
Yeah. Super shout out, by the way.
Super shout out.
It's good to see
Happy
you after
Labor
a
Day,
long
good to see
time.
you.
Yes.
He's moved to Miami. Now he's back
Yeah.
here.
I know
Hi,
Fernando's
everyone.
still keeping things positive in New York.
Just give you
with
some
his
tutorial.
lives. I know.
So funny because I told him,
Yeah.
who is he?
Well, now you have another person to ask the tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he started it all, right?
Wow.
Hi there, hi
Yeah.
there.
It's a pleasure
Shelly.
to meet you.
Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
Dory.
A lot of people I know watch you too, Fernando. But check him out. He's super friends in the city for anyone who doesn't know.
Is Lina there?
Yeah, pretty sure Lena's
The
here.
Mary, super shout out. Who is else there? Valerie, oh hi. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. We bumped into Fernando here.
You're so funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hey, Corey.
You gotta look at the live stream again. I sat down next to you for like a minute and you didn't know.
Watching regular TV.
Action Kid.
Yeah.
Yo, check him out, Action Kid.
Yeah.
He's from Brooklyn. Hello,
yeah.
everyone. Mom and food. Hey, everyone. Action Kid is
I know, I'm here.
How long you been here?
Maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
I couldn't get
It
it.
was
I think
funny.
he was having a hard time.
Yeah, it was funny.
But good to see you, Action
Yeah,
Kid.
nice to see you,
And
Fernando.
welcome back.
Yes,
How long
thank
are you
you.
going to be here for?
I'll be here for a while. I don't want to say the exact day, but I'll be here for a
But
while.
good to see you again.
Yes.
This
See you,
is Vinny.
Fernando. Hey, Vinny.
Hey, what's up, back
I hope Fernando's giving you some good pointers. How to use the camera, everything.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
we're here, lesson 1.
I know. Fernando had the best coverage ever of the West
Oh,
Indian
oh my
Parade.
God,
That
I
was
had so
amazing.
long.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. My
That was
first time.
crazy. And did your phone like overheat at the end or?
Exactly. The second time is YouTube error. But I couldn't
Oh.
go back. I was exhausted.
Oh.
I was.
Well, you were there for a long time already,
I
so.
was dancing, and it was unbelievable.
Did
Yeah.
you see the last day he did Coney Island? The last day of the
Yeah.
fireworks? When he ran into that girl, Josie?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this year.
That's unforgettable. That
Oh.
girl could sing.
I'll have to see it because I didn't see that.
The girl
Yeah.
could
I was-
sing. I mean, she was like, somebody gave her $100, gave you $100.
Wow.
With the unbelievable the West Indian parades.
I know. Wow.
Where are all these people coming
It
from?
was crazy. I
That's
tried to
so
go
fun.
there last year, but they closed the parade down
It's
for
so
COVID.
fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's so happy and excited to be out there. Everyone.
That's
Vinny
right.
on cam. This is Vinny.
Streaming with Vinny G.
Oh, they're from streaming with Vinny G.
And hit the like button and subscribe.
Hit the like
please.
button.
Action Kid.
Streaming with
The
Vinny
man
G.
who started
Super
all
friends
this.
in the city.
Wow, it's an honor to meet you.
And that's not only that, he started a lot of things. Like this one. Then what else did he start? Like
What did I start?
uploading videos, just walking tour. He
Yeah.
started it all.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of followed other people who were doing walking videos, but I made it popular in New York.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
He
going
made
to
it
deny that.
popular.
So.
Hello, Asian Kid from India. Namaste.
Well, where did you first start? You didn't start in New York first?
No, I saw a lot of people doing it in Asia. There's some like Europe, but they weren't like regularly uploading,
But
kind of
he
like
made it
more
really
sporadic.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the biggest. Are you the biggest one, no?
In New York?
I think no. I think
Maybe.
all over the world.
I don't know.
Right?
No, there's other people who kind of do similar content, but
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But he's today.
yeah.
Hello everyone.
Okay.
Good times here. And Fashion Week is here.
Oh yeah.
It's an
There's a
honor.
lot going on now. Now there's San Gennaro Festival next
San Gennaro!
week. There's a September 11th
Sasaki.
this weekend.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Zahaki. Dedication. Who's Dadcation? Dadcation!
Yeah.
Super shoutout! Kamusta na kuya? Dadcation. There's New York Live Vlog. New York Live Vlog.
Hey, New York like fly. He doesn't know
There.
he's coming behind me.
Yeah,
What?
he's a-
And you're gonna climb over the red steps and come
Gore
behind us?
and the glitter.
Who's do a Chuck Norris come here?
Yeah, good to see you everyone.
Okay.
And Katya, super shout out. Super shout out everyone. Everyone. Kakashi, say hello. Oh, say Kakashi, hola to the bem. Hola to the bem.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Well,
get going. I
thank
want to
you.
see what's happening in the city.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you.
all new to me. I'm like, wow, a lot of
course,
changes.
Fashion Week is here. Everyone, Bella,
Yeah.
super shout out. Hang Yao, super shout out, super friends. You're in good hands, and here's Asian Kid. Lily, hello. Chuck Norris, he's Jet Li.
Yeah, Jet Li. Yeah, people were commenting. Oh, it's Jet Li. He
Who's
looks
Jet
like
Li?
Jackie. No, and New York Life Vlog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Hello.
All right, I'm gonna get
Bye,
going.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye. See you,
Pleasure
Vinny.
meeting
See
you,
you,
man.
Fernando.
It's
Oh,
empty.
yeah, it's empty. I'm gonna throw this
Enjoy
out.
New York.
Yes.
We missed you.
I know.
Right?
A lot of people have missed me here.
To your channel, I have.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to your channel.
Brooklyn, yeah, Italian.
Okay.
Okay, take it easy.
Take it easy. Bye.
What's that here?
Wow, what an introduction. I meet my friend again, Fernando from Super Friends in the City. Was sitting next to him for like 2 minutes. I had no idea. Oh man. But if anybody doesn't know, he runs a very cool YouTube channel. He does more like live entertainment, it's more interactive, interviews people around the city. So cool. Hung Maz as that was gold. Yeah, I know. Pretty funny. And that's where it comes. It comes back to. People ask me, what did I miss about the city? I was like, friends and family, just like that. It's like you catch up again, you never forget them. Oh, Lena is not anymore Super Friends and Super Friends NYC. That's right, he did change his name. Okay, so you have to look it up on Super Friends NYC. Did the theater get raised? Well, they're putting it up right now. It's not finished yet. James and Carla's here. Hey, James and Carla. Heard you were on the road driving here.
I had my number in my pants last night.
Stay Gold says he heard the iPhone 14 will have an action camera setting that doesn't make the phone shake while running, and you don't need a gimbal. Yeah, we'll see how that works. There's only so much that electronic stabilization can do to an image. And then you also have to design the apps to work with it. I don't think it's going to be available with the streaming software right away. But we'll see. There's a lot of technical things that happen when new technology comes out. But I'm excited for it too. I'm just cautious. My brother's here chasing Chinster. A lot more bikes here than Miami, that's for sure. There's certainly not another road like Interstate 195 here in New York, the most dangerous bike lane in Miami. But I do have to add, the Ed Koch Queensboro Bridge, 59th Street Bridge, that one's pretty bad too for cycling. And that's because of other cyclists and pedestrians, and scooters, and mopeds, and other electric vehicles. Motorcycles sometimes use it too. I still don't see the message for Queen Elizabeth II.
All the money in the world, and they decide to build this glorious building just at the southern end where it says
Andiamo with €4.99. Thanks, Andiamo.
I got you, bro.
Isabel Beckman says, welcome home, Ashcade, or are you here to stay permanently? No, I don't think I would really stay anywhere permanently now. Now that I've got this YouTube channel going, I like to explore different places. Jones says, did I fly back? I did. I did a video of my entire flight, and hopefully I'll have it up soon. It's gonna take a while. Oh, it did stay gold. I missed the message. It said the Queen's full name and the dates, 1926 to 2022. There's certainly a lot more scaffolding here than what I remember. Wait a second. This is crazy. The entire area is under scaffolding. Why? Oh, they're reconstructing the One Times Square building, maybe. It looks newer now. I kind of remember the side of it being run down. You know what's the crazy part? They just opened this subway station, subway entrance here. They cost like however many millions of dollars to open it, and now it's closed because of construction. Oh my gosh. The new subway entrance was over there, and now it's closed off. You see, things in New York City always change, just like the brand new multi-million-dollar subway entrance, and now you can't even access it. It's funny because I remember reacting to the opening of this subway entrance when it opened from my friend New York City Walking Show's video. And here I am, I thought I was going to experience the new subway entrance when I came back, and I can't because the whole area is closed off for construction. Mike Landry, 5 Canadian. Great to see you back in your home turf. Thanks, Mike Landry. Appreciate it very much. Let's head over to Bryant Park. I want to see what's going on. Maybe we'll head over to Grand Central Terminal too. Really, Cynthia, they have some stage shows in Bryant Park. Cool. I'll have to take a look. Troy, is the 40-second access closed completely? No, you can still get into that subway station. It's just that the brand new subway entrance, you can't use that one. You have to use the alternate entrance. And speaking of the subway as well, I have to tell you my experience riding the subway again after 5 months. So I went to refill the Metro card that I already had, and I thought it would be okay. I'd be like, hey, I already have this Metro card. It was working before. I put it in the machine, I put in my credit card, put in my zip code, and out comes a message on the terminal. It said, error encoding MetroCard. Please take card and receipts. And I took my card back. The receipt said the transaction failed, but it still charged me the money that I paid for. So I ended up having to buy a brand new card, and now I have to get my money back for the transaction that failed. What a way to welcome me back to New York. I was like, oh, knew I shouldn't have used the MetroCard. Alice J, do you have Apple Watch? I use the subway just fine with Apple Watch. I've thought about using the contactless payment option, but the thing is, it doesn't really work the same way with unlimited rides, because they calculate the unlimited rides starting from the Monday of the week, and if you start using the rides in the middle of the week, then it won't use it to the full effect. So it's better to still use a MetroCard for unlimited rides rather than the contactless payment. But then again, you have the problems that I encounter, because it's a plastic medium. There's always going to be risks not interfacing with refilling the card and whatnot, and the machine not reading it. And there you see the downsides of it. Oh, Dark Kitty is usually a hole in the charger drop layer. I have to see if it posts or not. Hey, barefoot vlogger Terry, what's up? Where's the palm trees? Yeah, these don't really look like palm trees. So there's a stage right now at Bryant Park. What are they going to perform here at the stage? Oh, looks like they have a band up there right now playing live music.
Very far from like the
But then like afterwards, he's like very like back. You know what I mean? He's like
Ay, Dios mío. Óyeme, ya tuvo piso, está bonita más. Me está limpiando, está bonita.
Bryant Park picnic performance. Palomina says great atmosphere. Sure is. It's always relaxing when Bryant Park is set up like this.
That's great.
Hi!
I love you on YouTube. You're great.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you back in New York.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are. My chat's going wild. Say, welcome Action Kid back to New York. My first day back. Have fun, man. This doesn't go all the way around. It's closed off. Oh, unedited, you think this is the Queen's music? Is it a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II? Mr. Dowie, CZK50, hi, how are you today? Enjoying my vacation in New York this year and love the city. Greetings from Czech Republic, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. I'm glad you had a chance to visit New York. No place like it. Appreciate it very much. like they're setting up some food stalls. Siren says, soon have the ice rink back there in the park. Yeah, it's almost about that time, right? Glad to see Bryant Park is still keeping the most beautiful public restroom in New York City still beautiful. Philly, you saw me on the Bryant Park webcam. Awesome. I'm sure people saw me on the Times Square webcam also. Hey, Bagels and Walks, nice to see you in here. Yeah, Remble, you're right. September 11th Memorial is in New York right now. The tribute in light is on every night. Well, I think it's on every night. And the anniversary will be on Sunday, the 21st anniversary of September 11th, 2001. That day which changed the world forever. The video that I made of last year during the 20th anniversary was very popular. And I said during that video how after September 11th, the world was never the same. I kind of felt before September 11th, and still hard to believe it was 20 years ago, the world was kind of in a state of innocence where it wasn't really so much of like the security state, police state that it is now. And it seemed like people were a lot more easygoing back before September 11th. I felt that the world has kind of lost a little bit of that innovation and creativeness from before 9/11. And it really is a combination, I think, of people not wanting to speak up as well, and also government controls. Right now, it's really a crime to really, well, not really a crime, but you're really suppressed for saying what you think is the truth or speaking up, as we've seen really easily during COVID as well. Some of these people with alternative thinking, they got squashed. Let's go back on the 5th Avenue again. Maybe we'll head down to the Empire State Building. Rambo P, the older you get, the more you start thinking into conspiracy theories. Well, there's a lot of stuff that was a theory, it became a fact. And I'm not going to speak on which ones did become facts or what my beliefs are, but you really should question things that happen around in the world. Like, seriously. Don't just accept everything at face value. And really, that's what makes the world evolve as well. For people to have different opinions and to question what's given to us. That's just some food for thought. I don't want to linger on it too much. Someone's getting their pictures taken by the New York Public Library. Fernando was even saying in Times Square, it's New York Fashion Week. This New York Public Library branch, Midtown Manhattan branch, has an amazing rooftop. You can go right to the top of this thing and get a great view of the New York Public Library and Fifth Avenue.
I used to pop up on you at the mall.
Pedro, Henrique, you miss me in New York. You're not the only one. A lot of people. I'm gonna make a right here. Just want to make sure that guy with the radio passes by. Don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube copyright. And we'll wait for the street to change. Maybe I'll cross this way and then cross over again. It's kind of a disappointment that this live stream started off very choppy and my intro didn't really play the way I wanted it to, but I'm glad that the connection is a lot more stable now. I think over here is one of the best views of the Empire State Building from Fifth Avenue. Stephen Lee says, good to see you back in New York. I've watched some of your Florida content but it's not the same thing. Absolutely, it's not the same thing. They're two different places. New York will always have more appeal to people unless it's Disneyland. That's why there's a denser population here and why more people visit here for travel. I'm not going to deny that. But sometimes moving to a new place isn't really doing what other people want you to do. Sometimes you have to make your own decisions. For me, moving to Florida, I knew that I would get less viewers there, but I made that choice. It was a personal choice. Mousefly says, sure, the whole world is sad about the Queen. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty tragic event. She had a long life. And throughout her reign, there was a large impact from her monarchy all throughout the world. Joe on the go at $5. Happy to see you in New York City, AK. I was out there in late May and you miss it. Oh, nice. Well, I'm here now. You can see what New York City's like in my live streams. Thank you, Joe on the go. Appreciate it very much. Nick Patterson, what brings you to Florida, actually, Kate? Well, I kind of explained it in the video I did where I was moving from New York City, and the number one reason was no state and local income taxes. I mentioned about the crime as well, which is still a valid argument right now. I do not like the criminal justice system in New York City. If something bad happens, then a lot of times it seems like there's no repercussions for these criminals. Like, you don't know how many stories I read of these serial pickpockets or burglars. They get away with it day after day. They get caught, they're put back in the streets. Or even an assault happens to someone else and they're still out. So you can get around in New York City, but just be aware that if something bad happens to you or a crime happens to you, don't expect the police or the government to do anything about it. And that's the sad reality. Let's take a walk by the Herald Square area, see what's going on. Unedited says, you're always changing and adopting for the better. Thank you. Janine, you're always trying to avoid trouble in the city and avoid crime. And that should be the right attitude.
Hi, baby.
What happened here?
Madison the cool crowd.
Peter Yeti says I'm about to move back to New York City from Florida. Florida gets boring pretty quickly. Hey, if you have a reason to, no one's stopping you. You don't know you don't know how many people I've talked to that say the same thing. Florida's boring. It's only good for a season, and they come back to wherever they came from. I've even read an article that said like these people who moved out during New York City for Florida are now coming back. And to some extent, those points are valid. A lot of times people make a decision and they don't really think it through. Lawrence Lopez with $20. You make every place you take a special, AK. Always amazing content. Thank you, Lawrence. Appreciate it very much. One thing I will mention that I have no regrets about moving to Florida is that I ended up saving a lot of money on income taxes because I've stayed there at least 6 months and a day. Now I'm considered a Florida resident for tax purposes, and I won't be taxed on 10% plus of my income. To me, I didn't really think it was fair if I stayed in New York City and covered places all around the world and still have to pay New York State and New York City income taxes. My move to Florida was really a long-term strategy that I expect to pay off very well for me. And I can already see it happening. Milo says, I like how you're not trying to hide the tax incentive as a motivation. That's what I mentioned in the video where I moved. A lot of people on 34th Street. BJP say I missed the snowstorms. Well, I have to say one thing. You can't really depend on the weather for it to cooperate with you. The weather's gonna do what it's gonna do. If I just happen to be in New York City for a snowstorm, then I'll record it. If not, I'm not going to wait for one that possibly might happen when there's an entire world for me to travel to and explore. Oh, Laurie, I did get a super chat. I have to scroll back and look at it. Art and illustration $4.99. Robin and I want to buy you a slice of New York City pizza. Stay safe. Thank you. That's something I'll have to eat eventually, a slice of New York City pizza. Haven't had a slice, New York City based slice in New York City for 5 months. But I had New York style pizza in Florida, which is really good. Eric says, would you ever want to go to Paris? Oh yes, Paris is definitely up there. Reppin' Old School, $10. Thank you, Reppin' Old School. Like the name, by the way, appreciate it. Old School is awesome.
No idea what it was.
Douglas saying, aloha AK, beautiful day. Sure is a beautiful day here in Manhattan. Isaac Jr. is saying you're staying for the September 11th events. Yeah, I'm gonna stay for them. I don't know if I'll be down there on the morning of September 11th, but it might be fun. I should say it'll be interesting because September 11th is a very tragic event. All right. Oh, look at this. Now they have an entire like food market. I have never seen this happen before. Broadway Bites, Indian food, Crate Cafe, Bao Tea House. Very cool. Adventures in Modern, $5. You should buy the new iPhone while you stream so you could write it off. Like I said, it's not about the new tech, but how well it performs. I'll get it, I'll try it out. If I don't like it, it's going back to Apple. I don't really need a new phone. These phones that I use work quite well for my needs. But I'm very skeptical when it comes to new technology. I don't rush out to get the newest technology like I used to. Just because I've had bad experiences in the past, don't go all in when a new product comes out. But if they have a return policy, then that's all good. You could try it. David, $1.25. Thank you very much, David. Ooh, Italian donuts and gelato. Everything around here smells great. And over here too, there's a taco stand. Japanese curry beef, chicken adobo, Japanese inspired Mexican food. Let's take a walk through Koreatown. I always like this part of Midtown. Seems like the scaffolding is still here from last time I was here.
It's also
like one of the
Brevard County, so it'll be there 20 years from now. It's worse than when I was here before. Does the scaffolding take over the entire block now? I hope not. It's even harder to read some of these business names because these poles are in the way. And it really restricts people's movement now. Yeah, now it goes down all the way there. I remember the scaffolding stopping like right before here. Oh, this is horrible. Yeah, this scaffolding is ruining Koreatown, I have to say. Ugly. And then you got these tents next to the scaffolding. Yeah, this is really smart. A piece of fabric is going to stop rock or cement from falling through on the people's heads. They should just extend the scaffolding over the outdoor tents too. There's more people dining outside than walking under the sidewalk where the scaffolding is. Really smart planning. Robert's saying, why is it all the way down the street? Because it's required by New York City law. They're overly, how should I say it, overly strict with their building safety codes. Letitia T, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it, Letitia. Thank you. Hey,
What's up, bro? How you
what's
been?
up?
Hey, you're live. I'm
Yeah,
watching you.
I'm back.
Yeah, I just moved to New York and
Oh,
like,
yeah?
I want to meet the action crew.
Oh, I'm here.
I go live on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
You're doing a great stream, bro.
Thank you, man.
Follow him. He's the best blogger in New York.
What's your TikTok, by the way? Maybe people could follow
New
you.
Yorker 9191.
Okay.
He's the best new blogger, guys. Follow him. All right, bro.
Take care, man.
Have a good
Have
day.
fun.
I mean,
There's some scaffolding on the other side too, it seems like. Laurie says not thought through well. Well, sometimes the laws, they're not up to date with the times, because these outdoor seating areas really only got introduced during COVID. So these outdoor scaffoldings, they were meant to be designed only to protect the sidewalk, but they're not meant to protect the outdoor dining sheds. And it's only a matter of time before someone gets hurt with the outdoor dining areas and there's no scaffolding there, that the city's going to react. Sometimes that's what happens. Isaac Jr. says, I make New York City look small, everybody knows you. It does seem like it that way, right? Everywhere I walk, people know me. This over here, it used to be like a holiday market, but now it looks like it's just a giant hole in the ground. Janine saying it's back to Madison Square Park. Well, at least to the Flatiron building. just Hearts NYC, or is it because you get views when you bash New York? I don't know what you mean by that. I've bashed New York because of some of its negative aspects, and I've gotten views off it. I've talked positive things about New York, I've gotten views off it too. So I like to lay out both sides. More scaffolding than ever in the city. Yeah, I know, Hung Mao. Some people can be a little bit overboard with their comments, and rightly so. And we can't really expect these kind of people to have the same outlook on life that many of us have. Looks like there's a building there that's torn down. Stephen Lee, are you planning to see other YouTubers while you're here? Tom, Sarah, etc. Yeah, if I happen to meet up with them and network, we'll see what happens. Rick Wolf says, always whining, but I keep walking. I mean, there's a lot of people who say bad things about me, but you have to stay positive. People will say what they want, but I enjoy the moment. I mean, just look at this smile right now. Can you tell I'm happy or not? Do I look negative to you? I look pretty negative there, right? Sidewalk closed. What the heck? This is gonna be a problem. What? Shared lane yield to bikes? Wow, so people actually have to walk over here or across the street? That rarely happens in New York. Usually people have to have like a pathway to walk on the same side of the street, but rarely do they have to cross the street. Boy, New York City can be annoying sometimes. And if you want to interpret that as negative, then that's your interpretation. I think of it as just an annoyance. Daniela says, you're the best stream. You look happy and positive. Thanks, Daniela. Adventures in modern recording. Good to be positive, but also be able to acknowledge reality. And that's exactly what I do. And this is still here from the last time I was here. Gold 586, New York City changes, and I wonder how a blind person navigates the streets, all the obstruction and garbage each day. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of scary. There's always barriers, obstructions, detours. It's hard to navigate around here sometimes. Nina's Space says, hi AK, nice new intro. I think I may play it again at the end of the stream, just because it kind of got interrupted in the beginning. Shots by Scott to be as positive you can about New York City. That way everybody will move back to the city. Yeah, I mean, I try. Daryl Chin, am I headed towards Chinatown? Well, I'm headed that way because I'm going south in Manhattan. John Smith 2046, will you ever walk the entire 13-mile length of Manhattan with it? Oh, I've done it more than once, maybe 3 times already. Sometimes in New York you have to look down as well as up. Otherwise you might be stepping into a dog's path, gum, which I hate stepping in gum, potholes, things of that nature. Or you could be walking into this. Oh no! Ugh! There's an invisible barrier I can't walk past. What happened? Oh, Zozo, I know. People mad at me just because I moved somewhere. It's good to see that the Flatiron building has a lot more of its scaffolding off. Last year it was completely enclosed, but this is going to be a luxury condominium building, I think. Caution tape. Here's where scaffolding is very useful. Warning, men working ahead. I'm actually not going to be walking under it because I don't trust that. This is why there's scaffolding. Oh really, Bagels and Walks, there's a new dog run here? That's right, they were working on this when I was here last time. But this is the new dog run here. Oh, sweet. Very cool. Jemmy's dog run. There's a hill in the middle too. Very, very nice dog run. Great addition to the Madison Square community. And it's not just that hill too, but there's another section for the smaller dogs. There's a large dog section and a small dog section. What happens if there's a medium dog? Which section does the medium dog go into?
It's on the fence.
Oh, on the fence? Oh man, that's funny. New Yorkers love their dogs. That's what you call a pocket dog. Yeah, I love the hills too, Bagels. It's a great idea. Shots by Scott D. Have I ever thought about live streaming in Portugal? I've thought about live streaming a lot of places, Scott. Not just Portugal.
I don't know how.
Oh, right.
Oh, this is new. They have all this construction equipment on the south side of the Madison Square Park. Amanda, you inspired me to get out and get some steps in, walk 7 miles today. Good for you, Amanda. I don't think I'm going to continue down Broadway. That's the obvious route. Let's cut across 23rd Street. There's a brand new art installation there next to the Flatiron building. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Ace, I heard that Chelsea is high in crime now.
Maybe just one pair of shoes, you have heels.
Leaky, you were just over there today. Oh, you just missed me. It won't be the only chance you have to meet up with me, though. I'm sure of it.
College class, New York State local government. Oh, you're in that house.
Okay. Someone just kind of grunted at me from behind me. Strange. Valerie Wood says head on a swivel. You have to, anywhere you are. I'd say in New York though, you have to look out for more people, and in Florida, you have to look out for more of the cars. So it's kind of a difference there. Seems like once an area gets rid of its scaffolding, another area in the city comes up with more. Craziness. Know thyself, am I going to Union Square? Well, I'm headed away from it now, along 23rd Street. Look at that, there's a Italian ice cream place down there, right before the scaffolding. Benjamin saying straight to work, you love it? That's right, that's the way I do it. The Four Seasons Cafe. What just happened there? I just heard the city biker slam on his brakes, but not sure if it was because someone stepped out into the road or whatnot. But it did seem like he was on the wrong side of the road though, so it was partially his fault. Best in times to be born. Enjoyed your video. That new development in Miami was very well done and good audio. Thank you. Yeah, downtown Miami is changing very rapidly. I expect there to be a lot more tall buildings in the future.
They eat mad protein.
Yankees Army wants me to go down into a subway station. All right, let's go. Let's take this one, 23rd Street PATH train. I'll show you what the subway looks like. The underground of New York City. Ooh. Ooh. Are we gonna see the boogeymen down here? This is what the subway station looks like. And I'll show you what happened to my Metro card. So this was the card that got an error on the machine when I try to fill it up. Look at what happens. It's gonna say swipe again. Please swipe again. Please swipe again at this turnstile. 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 So this Metro card is effectively dead. I don't know, maybe it's been like demagnetized or something, but Isaac Jr. says the card knows he left the city. Because of that Metro card, I had to pay the $1 new card fee for the new one. Choose Spin Spain, you should get the Omni card after 10 rides. All the rides are free during 1 week. Problem with that is they start their week on the Monday, and I'm starting the week on a Friday, so I will not spend more than 10 rides between now and Monday, or at least I don't expect to anyway. So it's going to be a waste. Well, will they replace the Metro card? They already have the system available. It's called Omni. And I think starting next year, they're gonna get rid of all the Metro card machines. It's gonna only be Omni machines, and it's gonna be a tap to pay card. You could either use your smart device, which has a payment system on it, or you can get the Omni card. There's locations where you can buy it already. Some of these corner stores, they have it, but you can only refill it online, which isn't very convenient. I prefer to just pay with my phone or credit card. I already do when I take public transit in other places around the world. Yeah, that's the One World Trade Center in the distance, walking down 6th Avenue. And we're talking about September 11th. It's Sunday. Oh, you can refill the physical card at CVS, Choose Spin. I don't really see a reason to get one right now. Unless there's like a limited collector's edition card, then I'd much rather use the Metro card system. I still prefer a Metro car because it has the most flexible, unlimited ride options. Diego Alex says, miss your New York City streams. Miami just doesn't get my interest, to be honest. And I know several other people feel the same way. And it's totally understandable. New York City is a different city than Miami is. And I already said it when I moved from New York City and Miami. I said, all those people who said, you move, I'm unsubscribing. Florida sucks. I'm back in New York City again. Everybody's back to view me again and subscribing. All those people who left. Funny how that works, right? Oh, nice, Rose. You still have the Metro card I saved when I visited September 11th? Awesome.
So all my photos for HQ are due tomorrow.
I don't know, maybe we can make it down to the World Trade Center by the time the stream ends. It's not too far away. I know, Rembo, people will unsubscribe for the stupidest things. I don't like the way you look today. I'm unsubscribing. Just like on my second channel, Action Kid Extra, there's one person who made a comment on my latest video there of the French Bulldog getting overheated. They're like, why'd you post this? I don't want to see an animal getting tortured. Unsubscribing. And the point is not to showcase an animal being tortured, but what not to do with your pet. It's supposed to be educational. Also, it's not my personal matter to intervene and say, hey, your dog's overheated, you should water your dog. Wonder what happened here. There's like a different shade of color to this sidewalk. It's like they quickly cemented it. Thanks, Stephen Lee. My streams at Disneyland were really good. Thank you so much. I only did Disneyland last year in the downtown Disney area, but you might be thinking of Disney World, which I covered in Florida, which is much bigger.
By this whole
Oh yeah, Steven, you mean Disney World? I should definitely go back to Disney World again. There's a lot more to cover. This wasn't very thought out too well. The water's just pooling here with all the trash. Nancy says you're in New York is awesome. You were hoping yesterday that you would surprise us soon with a live walk into New York. Well, I did hint yesterday that this live stream today wasn't one to be missed. Philly 3004 is definitely clean up people that respect the streets. Yeah, Florida is definitely a lot cleaner than New York City is. I mean, there's no denying that. There's litter everywhere. Not to say that everyone in Florida is clean, but most people do seem to be more respectful of the environment in Florida. I've seen litter bugs in Florida too. People, they just threw their plastic cup out their car window. But there's a lot less of that over there than compared to here. This garbage bin is completely overflowing on the corner. Book Girl, New York, am I headed to Union Square? No, I'm not. I think I'm gonna head right to the Greenwich Village. Oh, this is interesting. The subway's right underneath and they're doing construction right here. Or really down in Australia, you call those kinds of people tossers, the litter bugs. Star Wars Fans Strike Back. Largest private collection of the famous saga in New York, really. Interesting. Unofficial retail store, I guess, for Star Wars. Oh, Rose, New York is where your childhood memories are, and maybe that's why you always feel nostalgic about visiting. I don't think I'll live there, but just visit family. Unedited says pizza time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a pizza one of these days. I know a few spots that I definitely want to check out, especially after viewing some food vlogs and videos, places I've never tried before. Henry says, can't believe I'm walking all the way to the Freedom Tower. Well, that's the direction where I'm going right now. It's right in view still. The One World Trade Center. That's the tallest building in New York City. 1776 feet tall. Hung Mouse says has some mooncakes today too. Yeah, it's the Mid-Autumn Festival. By the way, this is kind of interesting, but did you know there's a thin wire here which encircles Manhattan? This thin wire here. And I was watching a video why they have that thin metal wire, and that's because it's for religious reasons. Because under certain Jewish beliefs, you can only use technology within that wire's boundaries. That's why that wire is there. Hung Mao says, interesting. Yeah, you can look it up. I remember watching a YouTube video about it a while ago. Why a thin metal wire surrounds Manhattan. And there's actually religious leaders who go out and inspect the wire, I think weekly, to make sure it's still intact. Laurie says you've heard about that for the Jewish community. Yeah, it's there, we just saw it. The wait man's waiting for you. Yes. Wait.
Wait.
Wait. It's gonna say go now.
Wait.
Jack says, how'd you know exactly where it was? Because I see it. You can see it, thin metal wire. I have a low battery warning on my phone now, 20% battery left. Let's see how far this gets me. Dreamy Daisy missed my New York City walks. Well, here's another one for you to watch. Thanks for joining and watching. Hung Mouse says I can let it drain to 5%.
Carry on, retards,
Yeah.
being retarded.
I think 5% is a safe time to be worried. Yeah, Lena, that's one thing I'm very fortunate about right now. I don't have to worry about the phone overheating. Laurie says, lovely day. Always love looking at the architecture. Yeah. Come on, let's cross.
Wait.
You see? The wait guy lies. If you would have went at that time, you would have gotten run over. Sometimes you gotta ignore the wait guy, even though he says go. I'm walking here! Right of way. There, I did it. And you know what? That guy had New Jersey license plates. Malik says WTF. Yes, I was saying the same thing. Dream days in New York City drivers are crazy. Some of them can be. Brian says never trust a robot. Yeah. Lena says how many looks did I get? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Really, Terrence? That's the loudest you've heard me? Hey, I had a reason to be loud there. Greenwich Village looking great so far. Roberto Attilia, do you miss living in New York City? Please respond. I did respond just now. I know, Laurie, it was a little too close for comfort. I was ready to jump on the driver's hood. Papaya Dog has to change their prices. It's $8.99 now for 2 hot dogs and a soda. Hi. $2.49 for French fries. I'm not saying never a dull moment in New York. Yeah, it seems that way. All sports fans, if that person touched your camera. No, he just did a little hand gesture in front of it. Kind of broke my movement though, so it's a little bit awkward. I want to tell you something here. This is kind of cool. Chiquita Jackson, $5. Thank you, Chiquita Jackson. So I learned this not too long ago, but this theater here, the IFC Theater, is one of these old school theaters that had the peepholes. And that's exactly what these are. It gives you a little preview of what they're playing. Angela Morales, thank you so much for $1.99. Rent's going up in New York City. Miss those COVID prices. Yeah, thank you, Andrew Morales. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Did you see that? You thought it was cool? You thought it was just a random piece of metal, right? But it's actually a peephole. You can see the movie. So now you know. Now you know. Brenda Bertha with $50. Brenda, my goodness. Thank you for such a generous support to my channel. Appreciate it very much. Leaky says don't put your eyes on it. I mean, I'm sure it's okay. Just don't put it right up against it. Corrupted knowledge, what movie is that? I have no idea. But that's what you get to see if you watch a movie in there. Alexander Bauer, $2. So glad you're back in New York. Miss you being there. Thanks, Alexander. Appreciate it. The LJ fighter, never seen that before. Well, now you know. You can impress your friends, your family with that knowledge. Be like, hey, did you know there's a peephole here? Yeah, I learned it from Action Kid. Before it's too late, it's nice seeing you back in New York City. Stay safe. Thanks so much. Gina, you learn everything from me, really? Just don't follow my cooking tutorial, or you'll put hummus with water and mix it up with yogurt and make a mess. That cyclist didn't yield at all to me. I should have said I'm walking here to that cyclist too. Yeah, Hung Mao cooking hummus. That was a fun April Fool's joke. Oh, really? Bree, you're a paralegal for a movie theater company. You didn't know about the Peoples? Well, now you can go there, check it out. Let's see, I have 14% battery left. Will I be able to make it to the World Trade Center? I don't know. We still got a good half an hour to go. I don't think this phone's gonna last. Is it me that says 14% I'll make it? I'll try. I have my charger with me, but I don't want to bring it out. Veronique wants me to take the subway. Yeah, that'll be one way for me to get down there quickly.
That might be like a
All right. At least the streets aren't numbered anymore, they're lettered. So we're getting really close to the World Trade Center. Yeah, YouTube experiment. You can see the infamous Jenga building. That's right. Off in the distance. Melissa, you remember that video? Oh gosh. My microphone cable got caught on that plant there. I thought my phone was gonna fly off. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. I'm down to 12% already. Squealy tires, man. Know thyself. I'm in Soho now. Yeah, I'm in Soho. I think regardless what happens, I'm going to start wrapping up this stream when my battery reaches 5%. I'm at 11% now. Con Ed is on the work. Lynn Snow says the kid's back in the Big Apple. I sure am. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna make it now, I think. I've still got like 20 minutes to go and I'm at 10% battery. But I'll try to make it as close as I can. Wow. I missed that happening, but a scooter person almost ran into that cyclist who ran the red light. I heard the person on the scooter slam on their brakes. Mickey FC 499. AK's back in the New York groove. Thank you, Mickey. Appreciate the support. Thank you for joining in. Still trying to make it to the World Trade Center. Jens Peter Kruger, 10 euro from Germany. Another great video from New York. Thank you, Action Kid. You're welcome, Jens. Thanks for the support. Glad you could be here and watch. Yeah, Hung Mao, I could use my song for an outro. That's the plan. At 5% battery, I have enough time to play my intro, which will now be an outro because the intro got all messed up. These are some interesting chairs. Some of them don't have armrests. Huh. Simply Senora, hope I see some of Fashion Week too. That'll be nice. Enjoy your New York City visit. Know thyself, what are you gonna do after the stream goes off? Most likely I'm gonna get something to eat and charge this phone as well. I want to cross here. This it's just a lot safer on this side because over there is the Holland Tunnel. I'm gonna get trapped if I go on that side. Beautiful shot of the One World Trade Center building. The destination I was going to go, but ending it short because of the battery life. Before it's too late, how many rats have you seen here so far? 0. Because I arrived during the day and the rats are usually not active at this time of day. That car made me jump.
Okay, let's just wait.
Okay, so I'm at 5% battery now, but I'm gonna say goodbye here just so I have enough time to play my outro. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Good to be back in New York again. Hit that like button. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you again next time. Here you can watch the intro, which was supposed to be smooth from the beginning, but it got interrupted.